Luke and Naomi.
All right, here we are.
There
Look
we
at that.
are.
Like even quicker this time.
You're getting better.
Getting better. Learning the buttons, really. I have them written down here, and I really got to get them into sequence, though. Do this first, then that, and all that. And let's see. Our mics are not muted. The cameras are up. Welcome in. It's Luke and Naomi on air, featuring both of our Under a Rock reviews this time.
Yeah, it's not just me.
Not just Naomi. Episode 138. We're going to do John Wick today, which is, we got to shoot him up coming at us.
Also, what's your excuse, dude?
You.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, I'm actually, let me look, because when did John Wick come out? I believe John Wick came out around or right after we started dating. So then, it just.
That would make sense.
It was never, 2014. So it was never, what's the word I'm trying to think of?
On your
priority
radar?
And stuff like that. Few and far between. I had to sneak in movies where I could, and I was dragging Marvel movies left and right. So it's not like, hey, after we go see Iron Man 11:5, let's go see John Wick.
That's right.
That would have been a hard pass, I'm pretty sure. So that's kind of my excuse.
It's a good excuse.
You dragged your rock into my world.
I did. It's a nice rock. Bam.
That's right. So if you don't know who we are, if you're new around here, Naomi has not seen all the movies yet.
Nope, I'm getting there, though.
But we are absolutely working on that. I have seen a bunch of movies, but
Not John Wick.
Obviously not a lot of them. We're like, half a dozen John Wick movies behind.
We are. Half a dozen is probably a good number. Yeah.
That's right. If you've seen John Wick, relive your first watch through both of our eyes this episode. And if you've never seen it either, we'll let you know. Let you know at least what we think of it. It's got some moments, I got to tell you. I'm looking forward to getting into the review and all of that stuff. So that's coming up. I do have to address a comment made on our socials. Mm-hmm. I wanted to start off that way because, there's not really any drama at all. But we've been posting a still shot of when Naomi hits pause on the movie to take her notes.
I always got to take my notes.
And I like doing this to see if people can guess who it is. This week we got Paul in Dallas nailed it, which was cool. Congrats. Yeah. But Paul says, I didn't realize that Naomi's rock extended into modern times with modern films. Yeah, man, the rock is extensive. It's
a big rock.
Bigger than the moon.
Yeah, and I live under it.
It's a very extensive rock that Naomi's. We're chipping away though. That I like that. We're making the rock a little bit smaller.
Yeah. Week
by week, episode by episode. So.
And here's part of the problem too, Paul, is as I'm watching these movies, especially these older ones, these new movies are coming out, and so I'm always going to be behind. Always. There is no way for me to actually catch up. I may get close one day, but it's never going to actually.
But I don't think Paul's going to take that as bad news at all.
I don't think so.
How about that?
I don't think so.
Hopefully nobody does. I definitely don't, for sure. So, John Wick review coming up a little bit. Got a couple of cool trivia factoids for John Wick after that as well. I like these ones are pretty good. And again, it's the newest movie we've done, I think.
I think so. 2014.
2014?
Before that, I think was 09, District
9.
9.
You didn't think that'd be the same number, did you?
No, I didn't. That's why it's got to be District 12, right? That's like Hunger Games, isn't it?
Yes, I believe you are correct. District 12
So I knew
Games.
District something.
And Naomi has seen Hunger Games.
That's right. Got that one.
Yeah. Shout out to, who was it? TJ the other day commented on our Facebook page, put up a thing and said, what movies do you think have the best endings? Mm-hmm. And if, by the way, if you're not following us on any of the socials, we're on them all, and we've been really good about being active on them lately. So check us out, give us a follow, share, and all that stuff. But so we asked, what movie you think had the best ending? And we got some really good ones. Never Ending Story, which I think was sort of a joke from my old man because it never ends, ha ha ha. But that had a really good ending where everybody's living again and the horse is alive. Shout out to Snowman for pointing that out.
Yeah.
And TJ had a list of movies that have really good endings.
Okay.
And the cool thing about his list, why I'm bringing it up, is that you've seen almost all of the movies, either all of the movies on the list, and we've done most of them on the show.
Okay.
Or you've seen almost all of them.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, you'll have to check that out if you don't remember what he put up there on that comment. So,
yeah, I'll have to check it out again.
Kudos.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you.
Yeah.
Chipping away at that rock.
I know. It's impressive. I'm surprised with myself over here.
That's right. If you aren't following us on all the socials, you're missing the fun because, we posted the clip about Big Dong Dan and Naomi singing from last episode.
That's right. Oh, man. I had the perfect idea planned for today, too. And I just dawning on me that I didn't do it. No, because first of all, I don't sing. I do not sing. If we are in a group and we're singing happy birthday, I am mouthing the words. I do not sing. True. And I sang last episode, which was just, I didn't even realize it happened until after it happened. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did that. Luke played the clip and I was mortified. And I'm like, you know what? Next episode, I'm going to start with a brown bag over my head.
That's right. So
I completely forgot.
We got to make sure that we're playing the whole episode back throughout the week so we remember these things. Make little notes and stuff like that.
Because I wanted to, hide my face for a little while.
The embarrassment.
Yeah.
Right?
But now, last week feels like it was months ago, so I'm already over it.
It does. It really, I don't know why. It feels like longer since last show than it was when we actually took 2 weeks
a break.
Off.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I don't know.
Oh, absolutely crazy. All right. So that's, I think, most of the housekeeping. We are up on the TikTok too, where, you get all that. And if you're not subscribed on YouTube, definitely trying to get the YouTube subscriptions up. So like and share, and you can see the singing disaster all over the place. We got the food stuffs going up mostly on the Instagram and things like that. So make sure you're checking us out. Diversify your portfolio if you haven't yet as far as social media goes. In 2026, it just feels like the worst thing to ask anybody, doesn't it?
I feel like it's just the way it is. It's natural now. It's what you do.
It is. It's what you do. So, all right, let's get into some random facts. We'll move things along here. It is time for your recurrent dose of Did You Know, some random facts for episode 138. Did you know that the 20-sided die, do you know what that is?
No.
Think Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
Did you know that the 20-sided die was not...
Is it a venti?
Well, yeah, right. That's what they call it. I don't know. Dungeons and Dragons guys, let me know.
20,
I know we got a couple of them
right?
out there. The 20-sided die, did you know, was not invented for Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
They actually have found an older ones. The oldest one ever found dates back more than 2,000 years.
Crazy.
Been nerding out for that long.
Of course.
Just that role-playing stuff, right? Did you know the San Diego Zoo's Safari Park is home to 2 platypuses? Platypus eye? Oh, that wouldn't have come out right. And they're the only ones outside. Now I understand why they don't say it that way. They're the only ones outside of Australia. Check the camera, and my 3 shades darker right now. I think I match your shirt now.
Just a little bit, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Whew. Anyway, did you know, working without a net, right? Did you know? Hold on, let me proofread the rest of these.
Too late now.
It really wasn't a case of proofreading. It was just me. Did you know there are only 16 countries with more land than Alaska?
Interesting.
Yeah. And just a reminder, Alaska is more than double the size of Texas. We've driven through Texas, across Texas, enough times.
I never want to drive through Alaska.
Think about that.
Yeah.
That's mind-blowing. Did you know there have been 2,019 people elected to the United States Senate in history, and only 14 are black? 10 of them in the past 2 decades. Step that down. We got to pump those numbers up.
There you go.
And finally, did you know there's a term called orphaned negatives for words like disgruntled, nonchalant, and innocent, whose positive counterparts, gruntled, chalant, and nocent, that is actually was a word, but they've completely vanished from common usage. They've been orphaned.
Okay.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Sometimes,
pretty interesting.
Sometimes the history of words just gets me. I'm a word nerd. Occasionally, apparently, Merriam-Webster is an excellent follow. Twitter, Instagram, whatever. I mean, really, because they throw like stuff like this out there all the time, and it's like I didn't know that I wanted to know that, and
but
now I know.
You know, and it's great.
It is kind of neat. I will never remember that I know that. That's the problem. But
one day someone will be like, "Hey, did you know?" And you're gonna be like, "Actually, I did."
You know what I did? Now what?
Yeah.
All right. It is. It's May the 4th. So it is officially Star Wars Day now. That's a thing.
You would be so proud of me.
What'd you do?
So at work, they had Star Wars trivia today.
Oh, here we go.
And I did okay. I got like 67% right.
Not bad.
The big one that I got wrong that I was kind of bummed out about was where Princess Leia is from, the planet. And I think I said Naboo, whatever, Naboo.
Naboo, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I said that, which was not the correct answer.
That's right. Her daughter.
Yeah.
From Naboo.
See, I knew it was a thing.
Or her mother. I don't know.
I knew it was a thing.
Her
okay?
mother. Oh my God, everybody! I'm sorry. Don't add me. Okay, so speaking of Star Wars, I got to move right across that one. I've got a couple of quick Star Wars rando facts, some behind the Star Wars scenes stuff that I figure at least Naomi doesn't know. So we'll do it that.
We'll see, because again, did pretty good with that Star Wars trivia.
That's right.
67%. That's almost passing.
What color is Mace Windu's lightsaber?
I don't know who that is.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Red?
It's purple. He's the only purple. So anyway, okay, here we go. Did you know George Lucas took a pay cut in exchange for merchandising rights and it made him a billionaire?
Nice. Smart move.
Yeah, well, they were doing the original film. Lucas voluntarily reduced his salary as director by $500,000 in exchange for full ownership of the franchise's merchandising rights. Fox agreed, expected it to cost them nothing. By 1987, the first 3 films alone generated $2.6 billion in merchandising revenue.
Wow.
By 2012, the first 6 films had produced approximately $20 billion in merchandise.
Again,
how about that?
Smart move.
Decision widely considered one of the shrewdest business moves in entertainment history, and created the model that every major franchise has followed since.
Makes sense.
Did you know the title Episode 4, A New Hope, wasn't added until 1979?
Okay.
So when Star Wars opened on May 25th, 1977, it had no episode number. It was just called Star Wars. Episode 4, A New Hope, was first made public when it appeared in a screenplay published in 1979 book, The Art of Star Wars. I love that. Not added to the film's opening crawl until 1981, 4 years after the movie came out, once Lucas had decided to make a broader multi-film structure official. Okay. Did you know George Lucas originally wanted to adapt Flash Gordon, but couldn't get the rights? Wah!
Really?
That would have been awesome. It would have probably been better, I would think, right? The entire Star Wars universe exists because of a licensing rejection. In 1971, Lucas wanted to film an adaptation of Flash Gordon. When he was unable to obtain the rights, he began developing his own space soap opera from scratch. His research into what inspired Flash Gordon led him to the works of Edgar Rice Burroughs, particularly the John Carter of Mars series, which shaped the direction of the original story treatments. The inability to get the rights produced one of the most valuable franchises. And, you know, again, Flash Gordon was okay, but now it's just a joke in the Ted movies.
Yes, that's what I know it from.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you know the Star Wars comics saved Marvel from financial collapse in 1977 and 78?
Interesting.
Yeah, when the comics launched their Star Wars comic series in 77, the books became the industry's top-selling titles almost immediately, according to Marvel Comics former editor-in-chief Jim Shooter. The strong sales of Star Wars were a significant factor in Marvel's survival through 2 very difficult years.
Interesting.
One of the industry's top-selling titles in 79 and 80. Disney, of course, which later bought both of them, now owns them. Yeah. And fortunes were once intertwined in a way years before. How about that? One last one. George Lucas licensed Star Wars radio rights to a university radio station for $1. Lucas was a fan of KUSC-FM, the NPR-affiliated campus radio station of his alma mater, the University of Southern California. He licensed Star Wars radio rights to the station for $1. The resulting production used John Williams' original film score and Star Wars sound effects, and was written by science fiction author Brian Daley, was broadcast on NPR in 1981, adapting the original film into 13 episodes.
Wow.
Mark Hamill and Anthony Daniels reprised their roles in that, which is just awesome. And success led to adaptations of Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
Nice.
So there you go. Happy Star Wars Day to all who observe.
That's right.
May the Force be with you. And such. How about that?
Yeah.
All right. From Star Wars to mac and cheese.
I'm here for that.
Who doesn't like some mac and cheese, right?
Love mac and cheese.
So
it's like just the best. You can never go wrong with mac and cheese.
I came across this and I had to tell you about it basically. So 23-year-old former Chick-fil-A employee named in Texas named Keyshawn Jones has been arrested after a bizarre scheme involving mac and cheese that he executed back in November. I should have taken the opportunity and said he cooked it up back in November.
You had the perfect opportunity, and you wasted it.
Slipped right through my fingers. Yeah. Keyshawn was seen on security footage sneaking back behind the counter, ringing up 800 mac and cheese orders, and then refunding.
Nobody thought that was weird?
And then refunding them to his personal cards for a total of about $80K. Which is...
What?
That's a lot of mac and cheese.
Yeah.
So Chick-fil-A always packed, but somehow he pulled this off in street clothes without anyone stopping him. He might have known when to strike because he used to work at Chick-fil-A.
Right.
And so, kind of knew whatever. He had cased the joint.
And he knows the system, so,
Apparently before he did this, he was fired about a month prior. Right? Yeah. Not a lot of details on how he pulled it off or why he thought he might get away with it, but the managers noticed a loss of $80,000 in mac and cheese.
Yeah, I feel like one of those things would not go unnoticed. Hey, we're short $80,000. Do you guys know what happened?
And I mean, he did it in street clothes. Put on one of their stupid hats or a crew shirt or something. He had to have one. It's not like you give those back. Do that at least. Then it's just like, which crew member was that? It would have taken him even longer to find him. Police launched an investigation after they checked out the video, and apparently it took 5 months. I'm telling you, it would have taken longer if he wore a shirt. Just one of the stupid red shirts. He faces multiple felony charges, of course.
You think.
All right. Now I've got to get serious on you.
Why? I was having fun.
This is crazy. So this should be fun, but also extremely creepy. I have a hypothetical for you that I came across, and I have to share it.
I don't like the way this sounds.
If you've been around long enough, like the ocean and deep water freaks me out. It's one of those things. There's a word for it and all of that stuff, with the empty, dark spaces, and they creep people out and things like that. So this one hit me, right? So I'm going to read through the whole, try not to react or give your full answer until you've heard the whole thing. And then I'll ramble for a couple of minutes so you can process a little bit too. All right. Okay. So you ready? Yeah. So check this out. $100 million. Instantly, tax-free, all legal, no catch, but there's one catch. So I guess there's one catch. Every day for 5 years at a time you get to choose. Say 3 p.m. So you get to know what time it's going to happen. You get teleported into a random part of the ocean for 30 seconds. Every day for 5 years. After 30 seconds, just 30 seconds, you're back dry, and if you didn't get eaten by a shark, you live. 30 seconds, no gear, no swimwear, thermal suit if it's freezing, bikini or Speedo, depending on your vibe. That's it. No life vest, no floaties, just vibes and seawater and a thermal suit just in case. One day might be tropical coral reef, the next could be open ocean, something circling beneath you. You get 50 skip days in 5 years. If you're sick, like truly sick, a magical doctor with no chill will excuse you. But you still owe the full 5 years. So, if you run out of skip days, you'll have to get to however many days 5 years is. You can't change your mind. You either finish or you don't. Survive 5 years, $100 million, tax-free, all of that stuff. The seed decides, are you taking the deal? If you're in the chat right now, let us know if you think you would. This is one of the coolest hypotheticals ever because the idea of open ocean, I'm rambling here so you can think about it. You seem to already have a decision. You look at her, you can, so you're not doing it. No.
$100 million is a lot of money.
It's a lot.
But there is a lot of open water. There's a lot of storms, waves. You're in the middle of nowhere where nothing has been for a while. And all of a sudden, poof, you're there.
Not always.
I know, but...
It's random.
Again, hear me out. You end up in the middle of nowhere where people aren't usually swimming. There's not a lot of food. You don't think you're going to be a target for some giant squid or sharks or whatever?
Every day for 5 years.
That's a lot. And your 50 skip days doesn't mean shit.
So,
because you're talking 365 days times 5.
Times 5.
That's a lot.
So the way I look at it
1,500
is, okay, you got 50 skip days. So that's, you can do every Christmas and every birthday. There's 10 of them right there. So you don't have to worry about it on Christmas. Now, you get to choose what time, though. So why not 7 in the morning when the ocean is generally nice and glassy and calm? I don't know what it's like at the middle of the damn ocean at 7. But, maybe more often than not, you land in the doldrums. You're not going to be overnight when it's pitch black, and you're more likely to have these crazy-ass storms.
If you're picking the time, it's your time. So if you're doing this at 7 a.m. to start your day, wherever you end up could be somewhere else.
You can't decide rules here.
You tell me that that's not how that works. No. It would be your time.
No, it go whatever. Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean,
and we're talking about the whole world here. So you're going to end up in a different time zone, which means you could decide noon your time and be in the water in the middle of the night.
So
somewhere else.
We've got a yes and a no in the chat.
Who is brave enough that's saying yes right now?
I can't read the name. Oh, Rochelle. She says no.
Yes.
She says her husband says yes. She says no. She's afraid of big body. I don't like the water like that open, but for some reason, 30 seconds. I mean, you can kind of do anything for 30 seconds.
Are you doing this?
I'm very surprised at
Mister, I don't want to be on a cruise.
I'm really surprised at how I lean towards hey, I'll be back in 30 seconds, maybe. You know what I mean? 7 a.m.
30 seconds is a long time. Have you done a plank before?
Well, yeah, but
once you hit 20, you're like, dude, this is never going to end.
For 30 seconds?
I'm just saying.
I would try to float, when we play around in the ocean, most of the time I'm floating over the waves and stuff like that.
What if you're in the middle of a hurricane?
Duck dive or something like that. It is a lot of money. It is,
It is, but 5 years is a long time, too.
It is.
That's a huge risk.
Again, 7 a.m., chances of that nice calm ass ocean in the morning,
I think you're wrong. I would be okay with you trying it because if you get the money, that's going to benefit both of us. But
50 skip days.
That's not a lot.
It isn't. It absolutely isn't. But I mean, geez, in 5 years is still more time off than most of us. Well, how about that?
Wait a minute. Hang on. You've got a point here.
I mean, how about that, though? So check it out. You get to choose what time, right? So what time is your weekly or daily meetings at work that you just can't stand?
Listen, if I'm going to do this, I'm not going back to work because I'm either going to die or I'm going to get $100 million. So
you get back to work after the 30 seconds and you're just like, whoo! You don't know where I just was.
You're all dry, though, so nobody knows what's going on.
Nobody believes you. Bathroom?
Listen, guys, I can't tell you what's going on, but 30 seconds out of every day of my life is just the craziest thing.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the ocean hypothetical. I've been telling Naomi about this for a little bit. I've been saving it for the show, for this episode. No gear, just swimwear.
I'm not doing it.
The correct swimwear. So you're at least, looking the vibe wherever you are.
Or at least warm if you're in freezing cold water.
I mean, what if, because it's just random. What if there's a boat there?
Then you fall into the water. You're fine.
No, you just land on the boat, and it's like, hey, man.
Then you got a great day.
Yeah.
A good 30-second one.
It's like,
safe.
What's up? What's the Simpsons guy? Portuguese Fausto. What's up, Fausto?
Too far.
Oh, I like that, Rochelle. That's she says, right when you wake up, it's an alarm clock.
Oh my gosh, no!
If you're not awake and out of bed by 7 o'clock in the morning,
bam! This is how you start your day. Well, it would get me out of bed, but I'm not doing it. I just can't.
Ooh-wee.
You're still saying you're going to do it?
It'd be even worse those days, though. Like, if you do that in the morning like that, it'd be worse the days that you get sent to somewhere tropical. It's like, now I got to go back to work.
True.
That's. I'm more of a no for that reason. I don't know. I am surprised at how I'm making like the excuse,
I think it's the money. You're like $100 million.
I honestly don't.
Board.
I think it's the challenge of it all. I really do, because it's just like, man, I think I can do this.
Do you hear yourself?
I think 30 seconds. I could do it. 30 seconds.
You're insane.
Somewhere where
Absolutely
I mean,
not.
again, if it's cold water, you got the thermals, so you're like that. You're taken care of.
Can't do it.
I didn't think you were going to be all like, hell yeah. But
again, 100 million is a lot, and you'd be set for life and all of that. But 5 years is a long time, and I'm not doing that for 5 years. I just can't.
It is.
After
really is.
like the first 2 experiences, going, oh my gosh, I lived through that, fantastic. I'd be like, what if I don't next time?
All right, 365 days, 1 year straight, you get 5 skip days, or maybe 10. I feel like 10's too many.
I'm
One
still
straight
not
year.
doing
Would you
it.
do it for a straight year?
No.
100 million still. All the rest of the parameters.
No. A year's a long time, too. I can't.
Remember that year where I disappeared for 30 seconds a day? Now we're rich. All right. That's the Ocean Hypothetical. If you want to let us know what you think, hit the socials, drop it in the chat right here if you're listening after the fact on Apple or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm creeped out right now. I keep
it's
imagining
freaky, right?
being like stranded in the middle of the ocean. Hey, it's only 30 seconds. That's going to feel like a long 30 seconds.
It is freaky.
Especially if you know something is under you. What then? Boop. You show up there and you see something like swimming towards you. And it's like, I have 30 seconds and I need to try to survive this. That's so scary.
You're not bloody or anything like that. So if you're just chill and not like flailing around and whatnot.
It's going to be hard not to flail if something's swimming towards me.
You just punched a shark in the face. We all know that. It's like the giant squid that I'm worried about, the Kraken out in the middle of nowhere. Those things
could
are
happen. Real. You're willing to risk it. That's all you.
I like it. It's freaky. It's freaky.
Is really freaky.
It
I
was
don't
a fun
like it.
one. It was a fun one. I like it. So there you go. That's going to wrap up the nonsense. Let's get to the extra nonsense now. Both of our first times watching John Wick. I got to remember what button I got to do here. About that. That's right. It is time for the Under a Rock review of John Boy.
John Wick.
I had more fun watching this movie than I thought I was going to, and I thought I was going to have fun watching this movie.
That's awesome. I'm glad.
Absolutely.
I didn't know anything about John Wick going into this, so this was
The Rock is enormous, isn't it?
It is.
It just is.
I knew there was something about a dog because I've seen the memes.
Right.
Yeah. But
that's hard to get away from.
You let me know right away that,
Oh, yeah. I kind of broke from protocol and was like, listen, I don't know what they show. I don't know what they don't, but just so you know what's going to happen.
They killed the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't know that. I thought maybe the dog got kidnapped. I knew there was a dog involved from the memes, and that's as far as my knowledge of John Wick goes.
Shout out to Dallas, who threw it up on the Facebook post today. The meme of Leguizamo telling the boss, oh, dude, here's what happened.
Yeah.
It's just like one of the best
Which
parts.
is a great scene.
I'm
by
waiting
the
for
way.
you to get to it, though, and then I'll gush about it. And
All
all
right,
that stuff.
let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
So we meet John Wick right off the bat here. His wife, girlfriend? Doesn't
Wife.
matter.
I'm pretty sure wife, right?
Helen has died, and we see the funeral. It's sad, all of that. He's gifted a dog from Helen that's going to die.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
That's going to die. And real fast, they get to the dog, too. And then it's not just like the dog he had with his wife. It's this, like, here, have the dog so you have somebody to, keep
to
you...
grieve with, to love.
Somebody
and
to keep
all
you
of that.
human, basically,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So then now it's, like, extra... Ugh.
Yeah. Again, didn't know that the dog died. Figured the dog got kidnapped. Didn't know that the dog actually dies. But the one thing about this movie is it goes fast.
It does. The pacing is there, for
Yes.
sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, not a lot of substance, so you got to move quickly.
No, there wasn't. Honestly, when it comes down to my notes are very short for this.
Yeah.
So we see John and the dog in the car, stops to get gas. This group of Russians pull up to do the same. One of the guys starts speaking with John, talking about his car, asking how much for the car. John says it's not for sale. Then the man speaks in Russian, saying everything has a price. But John speaks back in Russian, saying that it doesn't, which was a pretty badass move. I enjoyed that.
It was.
Yeah.
And the, everlasting cool of Keanu Reeves nowadays, where he's just so, okay.
Yep. And also, like, in this, like, that's the other part of this movie that I know. I know that something happens with the dog, but I also know you don't mess with John Wick.
That's right.
And you get that vibe right from the beginning with him. When this guy's like, everything's got a price, and he's like, no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It was so badass, and you're like, oh, like, everybody's in deep shit right now. And of course, we know that the Russians are going to come back into play. There's no like hidden things in this movie here.
Alfie Allen too, Theon Greyjoy.
Yeah.
From Game of Thrones, really
He's
nails
the same kind of character.
Really nails a sleazebag sometimes, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He just absolutely crushes that.
So wondering what John Wick's job is now that he's not an associate of these bad guys here. Because he's driving around like a crazy person and screaming.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't know if it's his job or he's just blowing off steam. I said, I guess we'll find out. We don't ever find out. All right. So the Russians do show back up. They're in his house and they beat the crap out of him and are looking for the car keys. And then they hurt the dog. We don't see what happens, but then we see John digging in the dirt.
It's enough.
And
it's enough.
What's going on.
The squeal and, the thud.
But I thought they were going to take the dog.
The Foley stage artist on that one did a good job.
They were going to kill him.
Yeah, I know. But no, I told you they were going to kill a dog.
Yeah,
hey.
You were the one to mention that to me. All right.
Just so you know.
So the Russian guys take the car to this shop. And you know what I mean by shop, some wheeling and dealing, changing VIN numbers, painting, all that. All the stuff from all the video games and whatnot. Anyway, the guy...
Grand Theft Auto all day.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You just pull in and then you come out a different color. There we go. Anyway, the guy asks whose car this is.
John Leguizamo, Ariello. Haven't seen Leguizamo in too many movies except for Ice Age. He's like the sloth or whatever.
Okay.
Sid.
Yeah.
No, Sid's the whatever. He's the annoying one. John Leguizamo is the voice of that. Yeah. So I haven't seen him in much since like that stuff. So it was cool to see Leguizamo in this and like, being the kind of badass like chop shop guy who's connected and all that stuff. Yeah. It was cool.
So we got a little bit of a scuffle there.
Yeah.
Dude is friends with John Wick. John shows up, asks if his car was there.
Is it here?
They admit, well, it was. Apparently, they work for the Russian dude's father. He calls the shop angry, asking why his son was struck.
Yeah, why did you strike my son? Well,
the man says, well, he stole John Wick's car and killed his dog. And Dad is just like,
he doesn't even say anything. He just hangs up.
No, he says,
he says,
does. Oh.
He does, yeah.
Because that's freaking hilarious.
Yeah. Oh. Then he just hangs up. It's like, well,
so now he knows. Yeah.
And then you brought the car here, man. Like, come on.
They make it really clear that, like, the dad knows right then and there. Like, his son is screwed at this point, and eventually he's going to be too.
Then we get the cool story of, like, why the dad knows that this is, kind of John's backstory and stuff like that. It's fun.
Yeah. So apparently everyone knows not to mess with John Wick, except obviously the stupid Russian kid. So much so that his dad, Vigo, beats the crap out of him, his son.
Yeah.
And of course the son's all confused, like, what the hell? I just stole a car. And his dad's like, no, you stole from John Wick. And then that's where that backstory comes in. His reputation. Dad tells the son, he used to be an associate of theirs. He left for a woman. Now you stole his car and killed his dog days after his wife died.
Yeah.
Like, he basically tells his son, you are done for. I cannot save you. You did this to yourself.
Yeah, he says something along the lines of, like, John wanted out so that he could be with his wife.
Yeah.
And so I gave him a chance to get out an impossible task that he completed.
Yeah.
And then you killed him, like you just said, that whole line. You killed him days after and then killed his damn dog, man.
But what I really like about John Wick so far in this is this mysterious sort of power. We hear all about how crazy, John Wick. We don't even hear about how crazy he was. It's this
insinuated,
hey, yes. And we haven't seen anything. He's just this calm, cool guy. And you're like, what is this mysterious force behind him?
They play on your imagination really, really. The Baba Yaga, he's the boogeyman.
Yeah. So we have all these guys that end up showing up at John Wick's house. What?
Just here we go. It's fast.
Yeah. We go from the mysteriousness of everything to here's a bunch of guys at his home.
Yeah.
But we already know how this is going to end. He knows what he's doing. He's going to take everyone out. And he does very efficiently too. That's one thing we noticed. It's like one bullet per person. He does it very well. Clean, cool.
The choreography
gets the job done.
The clean, just smooth. It reminds me of like Jackie Chan a little bit, but stripped down and whatever. Just that.
Less kung fu, more gun.
Yeah, more gun fu.
So John Wick calls his buddy and orders a dinner reservation for 12. Clean up the 12 dead people in his home.
I love the secret code stuff. Like they do that in the first Deadpool too, with like the list and all of that.
Yes, yeah.
I love that hitman lingo code stuff.
So meanwhile, Vigo, the dad, has put a hit on John for $2 million, which doesn't seem like that
Does
much.
not. I mean, what have we become in the 12 years since 2014? Where that $2 million that was it for his kid, because he knew nobody was going.
How he took care of everyone.
He knew nobody was going to kill him. Yeah, that's what surprised. Like why you go 100 million? You know what I mean? You
Offer more.
You don't even have to go to the ocean for 30 seconds a day. Right?
You just got to kill John Wick.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I probably would take the ocean, honestly.
At that point, yeah, probably. I have better chances of survival, anyways.
But yeah, $2 million. I bumped into that as well. I think we both said something out loud at that point.
We probably did because it was like, what? $2 million.
That's it?
Nobody's going to do that. But an old friend agrees and says, consider it done.
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah. In the meantime, John is on his way to teach Vigo's son a lesson and kill him. We know that. So he's out hunting from him. And this is where we have this pretty epic fight scene, chase scene through this club and bathhouse as John is chasing Vigo's son, but is killing like all his bodyguards, all these other people, but keeping like the party goers fine. Like, again, the choreography throughout all of this was fantastic.
It's the
he's turning around about to shoot somebody and then he stops because it's like a party goer and then shoots a bodyguard.
It's the training obstacle course thing where the cardboard guys popping up or little girl,
a bad guy and
mother
then
and
a
kid
mom.
crossing the
street.
Yeah.
Don't shoot the mom. So very, very well done scene. And again, like we had mentioned, there's not a lot of meat to this movie.
No.
So there's a lot of that kind of like chase scene and all of that. But I will say, as somebody who has complained before about action scenes and chase scenes just dragging on, the pace of this was fantastic.
They definitely get to the point.
They did it well.
Yeah, for sure.
So anyways, we got that pretty intense scene. And again, showing off just how badass John Wick is and why they shouldn't have messed with him in the first place. Lots more fighting scenes. We got gunfire. John Wick just killing everyone. But now he's caught. Dun, dun. During a gunfight, one of the cars... Well, yeah.
No, I just mean, like, he ain't, done for, right? First
Listen,
of all,
there's three other movies.
There's 4 movies and, other things, too, so... Anyway.
So during a gunfight, a car drives into the vehicle that he's taking shelter behind, and it sends him flying.
Yeah.
Crazy scene. Head hits the ground. He's dazed. They pick him up. But after some back and forth and them attempting to kill him, John's friend Marcus, who was going to be the one that we thought was going to take the $2 million bounty to kill him, actually shoots one of the bad guys, which allows John to escape their clutches and kill the rest of them.
Yep.
John then kills Vigo's son because we knew that was going to happen anyways.
Really? Well, there wasn't like, wrestling match. They didn't box and duke it out.
Which they shouldn't have.
It's
because
just like, nope, bang.
John Wick, we know could easily kill the son. So I'm glad they didn't make that like a whole fight thing. Because then it's like...
Very much. Yeah. There you go. Done.
So Vigo's son is dead. All should be right in the world, right?
Well, you would expect.
Yeah. But we're not done yet. Vigo is mad. Obviously, his son was just killed. But he's also mad because Marcus betrayed him. He thought he was up for the $2 million bounty. Yeah. But, of course, he helped John Wick instead. So he kills Marcus and calls John Wick, basically taunting him about what he did. So now Vigo is on his way to a helicopter to fly out of this mess into safety. But, obviously, John has to come for him here. He rams the car a couple of times. We have more shootouts. Every one of the henchmen have now been shot or ran over or whatever. And now it's just John and Vigo. We are down to the final two here. No guns, nothing. Just the two of them left to fight it out. They battle, punching each other, all of this. And then, of course, Vigo pulls out a knife because that's what you do, you know. They keep going out at it. John ends up letting Vigo, stab him. So he can get the knife.
So he can get control of the situation. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's badass move.
It's awesome, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to let this person stab me. That way I can take the knife away. And now I have it.
It's a pretty solid move, for sure.
So then, of course, he's got the knife now. He gets Vigo. Sorry, chump. You and your son are now toast. John then makes his way to an animal clinic, vet hospital, whatever.
Shelter.
Yeah. Uses their stuff to treat his wounds, and then gets himself a new dog.
That's right.
The end.
Man, I'm telling you what, if they keep killing his dogs.
I'm kind of curious, is that going to come into play in John Wick 2, where now the second dog ends up dying? Because if that's the point of these movies, hey, he just goes on a rampage because everybody keeps killing his dogs.
I hope not.
I'm not here for that.
In the second one, I could see it being like a red herring. You think the dog's going to die a bunch of times, but it doesn't.
And it doesn't.
I don't know. We'll have to get to those. I don't know if we end up doing all the John Wicks for the Under a Rock reviews. We definitely had to do the first one. So we'll see kind of how we're feeling as we come across the rest of the Wicks and when.
Yeah. Wicks and when?
Wicks and when. That's right. So, all right. Well, like you said, not a ton of notes because what are you really writing down notes about? That was an excellent angle at which he shot the man. Yeah.
All the henchmen are dead. I didn't get their names. Sorry. I mean, I don't even mention Vigo's son's name. I forgot what it was. Gustav? What?
Yosef.
Oh, that's way off.
Yeah.
So, I thought there was an L in there.
No, it was an I.
Makes sense.
I think that's what you were thinking of anyway. So
moving on.
You want to do some trivia? No.
Yeah, let's start with some trivia there. Hey, how do you spell that guy's name?
No. Anyway, trivia. Keanu Reeves says he did 90% of his own stunts in the whole film.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure. He learned and memorized the nightclub fight sequence the day that it was filmed.
Really?
And apparently he was super sick too. They said when they got to the top level of the nightclub, that fight sequence, he had the flu and was running 104-degree fever.
Oh my gosh.
But the director said you couldn't even get him to sit down. He just did take after take after take and nailed it.
That's an artist.
The director, Chad Stahelski, I don't know how to say his name, but he was Keanu's stunt double in the Matrix movies.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
That's cool.
That's a pretty neat little factoid there. When shooting a scene with a stuntman, Vigo cut his head so bad that they say his ear was on his shoulder. So that's freaking gross. And they said 80 stitches. Some of the last scenes of the movie had to be reshot to hide his scar, which is something.
Gross.
It's something. In an interview, this is one of the cooler ones. So before Wick goes into the nightclub to just tear everything completely apart, he walks up to the bouncer outside. The bouncer's Kevin Nash of wrestling fame and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And he has the conversation with him, and then was like, you have a good night, and basically spares the guy's life.
Yeah. Yep.
So in an interview, Kevin Nash said he was told that the reason his character was allowed to live is because, and this is more of that Hitman code stuff, right? So when Wick mentions that he's lost some weight, and Francis, the bouncer says he lost 20 kilograms or something like that, that's basically him telling him how many henchmen were inside. Which is why John let him go.
Yeah.
Just more of that freaking cool, like, hitman stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because he provided the information, he got off scot-free. Director and writer were concerned about how the audience would react to all the death within the film, especially the dog. So when casting the character of Yosef, they wanted somebody that looked like a complete prick. And then they met Alfie Allen. Their words, not mine. They thought he was perfect for the role. But, you know, they said he's a very nice person in real life. He's not. He can pull that off.
Yeah.
77 people John Wick kills in this movie.
Wow.
77. None are women. In an interview for Screen Junkies, the director-writer mentioned how there was an alternate ending for the film, which John simply shot Vigo and killed him, but they decided to use the other version where they fight because, you know.
Yeah. Because why not?
Otherwise, the movie would have been 30 minutes long.
That's right.
The death of John Wick's wife made the role personal for Keanu. I was telling you this. If you don't know, Keanu's girlfriend died in a car accident in 2001, and 2 years before that gave birth to their child stillborn.
Yeah.
So, you know, he very much used all of that as kind of the motivation or whatever you call it for the role and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He used that emotional influence. That's what they say.
That's a good way to say it instead of motivation.
But I mean, you could see some of the kind of emotion that he channeled in that movie, which is crazy. But anyway, there you go. Some randos about John Wick. Now we got to get to Naomi's
and yours.
Well, yeah, we got to get to our review questions. So, title of the movie in the movie. What do you think?
It doesn't count when it's somebody's name or like a single word. Just doesn't work.
All right, fine. Did you like it?
Doesn't work. Yeah, I liked it more than I thought I would. Again, didn't know a lot about the movie, but you know, enough of it around. Whereas, like, okay, it's gonna be like John Wick kills everybody.
Yeah,
okay.
You know, that's kind of what I thought going in as well. Really,
I was thoroughly entertained.
So yeah, I'd say I like it. I was ready to be like, man, I mean, come on, but no, I like it. I definitely want more of that. I've seen video of Keanu like training and the way he does with the guns and stuff. It's crazy. It's a lot of fun to watch. Did you have a favorite line from the movie?
Probably when the dad goes,
oh. Yeah, that's really good.
Oh.
I just like Leguizamo. He killed John Wick's, or he stole John Wick's car, sir, and killed his dog. Like that part. It might be the best part of the whole damn movie. Favorite character? Got to be John, I'm sure. That or Leguizamo. I don't know why. That was a fun little part of the thing. Willem Dafoe's character was cool, but it's got to be John Wick, of course.
Yeah, John Wick all the way. If you want to like secondary one, I'd say it's the bouncer that's life gets spared.
Francis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It.
That interaction, that whole interaction is great. You're just like, what's going on here? You get all excited, like, you know, is the bouncer a good guy or a bad guy?
What's
you
happening?
Don't know.
Thank you, John. Just like, you know, all the respect from the biggest people in the world. It's a 2014 movie, so there's no real cringe level, but that's the next question on the list.
No cringies.
Yeah, nothing to really worry about. You alluded, what did you know about it going in?
That the dog died.
Because
you told me.
Yeah. I had to brace you for that one.
But I knew something was going to happen with the dog. I just assumed that it was going to be taken away. You had to, like, go get it back.
Nope. That was Superman.
Fair enough.
John Wick, rated R.
Yeah,
so there you go. All right. Thoughts going in?
Again, knew it was going to have some fights. Shoot 'em up kind of movie, but
not a very cerebral movie. So yeah, no worries. What surprised you?
Which was perfect. That's exactly what I wanted.
It was good. Yeah, Paul. I told her the dog died.
Yeah.
I was not gonna sit here and on that knowledge and let her experience that.
And again, I knew something happened with the dog. I assumed it got kidnapped, but
I did mention that at the top of the review. Paul's just jumping in on the chat right now. So, but yeah, I couldn't let her get into that and then just be like, haha.
I knew something.
So, what surprised you?
I don't know. Nothing really.
Not a lot, right?
There's no real surprises to this movie.
Best parts. Would you have liked it more or less if you saw it when you were younger?
I feel like that wouldn't really change. You know, whether I saw it at like 18 or
Again,
14.
Not a cerebral movie.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, it's not one where I'm like, nah, you know, the storyline would have been too much for me or something. Yeah, not a lot going on there.
Favorite part?
Oh.
Yeah, that part. That's, you know, mine too as well. Least favorite part's got to be the dog, I'm sure, for both of us.
Of course. And when they're killing Marcus because they don't get it over with quick with him.
Yeah.
You know, and like they stab him in the leg and it just, you know, blood coming out of his mouth. That's a little much. I don't like that.
Defoe likes the dramatic deaths. He just really does. He really does.
That's what he wants, fine, but...
Right. Recommend it to someone who hasn't seen it?
Yes.
I would too. Watch it again? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an easy watch. It's an
just
hour
put
and
it
41
on.
minutes, and I think that's with credits.
Yeah.
So there you go. Let's see here. Is it a stop and watch if it's on TV movie?
Sure.
Yeah, I would definally, if I'm scrolling, you know, and it's there. I'll just see if I got cool parts on. Like it was almost like, and he killed his dog, sir. Are you happy you watched it?
Yes.
For sure, and it holds up because it's only from 2014.
Yeah, so it's like you said, it is the newest movie we've watched.
Again, yes, we're chipping away at that rock that does extend into very modern movies.
It does. There's a lot of new ones that I'm like, oh man.
But I mean, you know,
need to watch that.
If it's 10 years old, is it really kind of in the whole ether the way that, you know, say Ghostbusters or Terminator 2 or Predator?
Well, I feel like John Wick was.
John Wick
I feel like that's one that, again, everybody knows that movie.
Right. That's why it's here on, you know, Naomi's Under a Rock Reviews.
But I get what you're saying. You know, not everything that's only 10 years old or newer, it's not going to really fit in there unless it is that one movie that everybody has seen. And we're like...
Well, I mean, I can see why John Wick is one of those. Again, an hour and 41 minutes, probably with the credits.
Yeah.
So that's excellent. I hope the other ones are just as short because
it
let's
works.
go.
Yeah.
Knock out 3 of those in a Saturday.
That's right.
All right. That is it. That's our Under a Rock review.
That's right.
Of the first John Wick.
It's time for Thought of the Day.
Thought of the day, thought of the day. It's the thought of the day, thought of the day.
See?
There you go.
Yeah.
Since 2019. Right. Get it right here.
The memory of an embarrassing moment is often more embarrassing than the actual moment itself.
It is, because you just pick it apart constantly and, you know, amplify
you see
parts.
It worse.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Luke, are you going to leave us with a laugh?
I am going to do my best, for sure.
I bet you don't.
Leave
us with a laugh. I bet you'll do your best.
I'll do my best. What did the horse say after it tripped?
I don't know.
Help, I've fallen and I can't giddy up.
You enjoy that too much.
It's the look. It really is. It's so stupid.
It's the happiness that you get out of that. Like, I can't.
What's red and bad for your teeth?
A brick.
A brick is correct. I thought you'd know that one.
I do, because that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, one more. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana.
I didn't laugh.
I got you there. That's a good one, isn't it?
So stupid.
Just say it's a good one.
No.
It's a good one. All right. That was a good one. 138. That's the Under a Rock review of John Wick. Chipping away at that rock, even though we just kind of realized it's more like an iceberg. There's so much.
It's a big rock.
There's so much there.
It's fine. We're
But that
there.
just means lots and lots more Luke and Naomi to come.
That's right. Stuck with us.
Thanks for hanging out with us through another episode of Ridiculousness. Shout out to the chat.
Yeah.
For showing up there. Appreciate it.
Especially for that ocean freaking situation. Jeez.
Paul's in the chat. He says jazz hands. It's like, yeah, man, I've been doing the jazz hands with Thought of the Day since...
Before you could see it.
Since before you could see it.
Yes, in Roswell, when we would do the show, like, it was a whole thing every single time. And nobody could see it because we weren't live. We didn't have cameras. We were just
Yeah.
Live on the air.
Thank God for that. It took however many years it took for us to work up to that.
Yeah.
Fine, I let them see what I look like.
That's
I let
right.
them see the jazz hands. All right, again, shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody who's downloading us on Apple and Spotify, and everybody who's watching on YouTube. If you haven't yet, whether you watch on YouTube or not, get over there and subscribe for us. We want to pump those numbers up as much as we possibly can. And until episode 139, that will be next week, as far as we know. We don't have any parents surprising us.
Not that we know of.
That we know of. Don't get any ideas, Dad, because just... Anyway. Until 139, we will talk to you then. Have some fun and be excellent to each other.
Love you. Bye.
Oh, we got to turn everything off.